another episode of the Pontiac Podcast, powered by the GTO Association of America. I'm your host, Kurt Rame. As always, I've got my sidekick riding shotgun, Mr. Eric Frazee. How are we doing today, Eric?
I'm good, Kurt. We're just knocking these out, getting ready for the convention.
Hey, listen, we've been on a roll lately. We've had some really good guests, and we are not letting our listeners down today because we have another fantastic guest lined up today. So we have Mr. Randy Pribyl on the pod today. He is a retired stockbroker. He's a pastor. He's a Pontiac enthusiast who really has figured all the ways out to make your car stand out in the crowd through detailing and noticing the little things. So if you're one of these guys who still live by the famous words of Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're last, Mr. Randy is going to take your car from the back of the pack to victory lane. Randy, welcome to the Pontiac Podcast. How are you today?
I'm feeling great. Been looking forward to this. Just a joy for me to share with my Pontiac buddies. Really, all these things I'm going to share with you are not to beat the Pontiac next to you. What I want you to do is get out in those shows and take out the Mustangs, take out the Camaros, take out the Tri-5 Chevys, all them little Hemi Cudas. I want you to blow them all away, so I'm going to do my best to let you out on all of them.
Well, we're looking forward to this. I know our listeners are too, trying to find that little edge. So when was it that you found out that you kind of paid just a little bit more attention to the details than everybody else at a car show?
Well, I specifically remember, this was about 1997. I was new to car shows at that time. Had a very nice red 66, 4-speed, tri-powered GTO. Really pretty car. Went to my first show, got second. But I went to 3 or 4 shows. And at every show, there was a guy there, Steve Heap was his name. He won first place in his class. It might have been 66 to 69 muscle cars, whatever it was. He had a 67 GTX, and he got first place every time. And I thought, wow. And when I went to his car and looked at it, he deserved it. In my opinion, just standing at the front bumper, that car deserved it. And I remember at the end, towards the end of the show, when he went first place before he wrapped on the left, I went to that front end of that car and I said, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving until I figure out what the magic is. And I will tell you, after about 5 minutes of looking and looking, there was no magic at all. It was as plain as the nose on your face. It was just a lot of hard work. Everything was perfect. Every red, yellow, blue wire is like it just came off the roll. Every washer, every bolt, all the header bolts, the inner fenders, the engine literally looked like it just came off of an engine stand from a fresh rebuild and was dropped in. That car was spectacular, and it was nothing but a lot of hard work. That started it for me.
You mentioned the wires specifically, and I know that's something that I've got a good friend who can do a wiring job under the hood and have it look beautiful. I've got this roll of black duct tape, and I'm just duct taping my stuff up. No patience, and it makes a huge, huge difference. And I'm sure we'll get into a lot more tips and tricks.
You suck.
And listen, we were joking about it off camera, but you see your big trophies next to you, and my little ones fit on the shelf behind me, and that's why.
Well, let's have a
the
little
wiring.
fun with this because I'm going to try to get these for all of our listeners. This is a picture of me with Jim Wangers. We're at the Cruisin' Tigers show in, 2007, whatever. And at the Cruisin' Tigers show, they call it Indian Uprising. There are like 350 all-out show Pontiacs. And Jim Wangers goes through the show, and he picks my car as the finest one there.
Wow.
This one here is Pigeon Forge. If you ever go down to the Pigeon Forge, Eric, you've been there.
He's got the shirt on.
What do we got, 450 cars down there?
There were actually 500 this year.
500. Now, this show, there was about 400. I got first place in my class. And back in Columbus, Ohio at the GTO meet, of all the popular vote cars, mine got voted the number one at, best of show. And I've got, this is a fun one here. And I'm only telling you this because I can do this over and over again at McCacken, Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals. In the last 5 years, I've scored 997 out of 1,000 points. on a 67 and 69. This one was a local show, and I really loved this because they had the best General Motors. 200 cars, half of them are General Motors cars. They go through and they pick mine as the best General Motor. It was a 69 Judge at the time. And they are so used to Chevys winning, the trophy literally said best Chevy, even though it was best. I loved it. Took it all away from the Chevy guys. So
Yeah, you can't get rid of that trophy.
So everything I'm doing here is to help you do that at your shows.
Oh, that's fantastic. We can't wait to get into the real meat and potatoes of this. So, Eric, you want to go ahead and start?
Yeah. So, Randy, what separates a nice Pontiac from an award-winning Pontiac?
Gonna be honest, turning off the TV. This is a lot of work. I have an outline here. If you're coming to the GTO convention on Thursday at 3 o'clock, I'm doing a seminar. We're going to go through everything. When we get done, we're going to go out and I'm going to show you my 67 that knocks out all these trophies, okay? Because I want you to go home and do it. And the biggest difference is turning off the TV set, getting out there with your car.
Awesome.
Oh.
And fixing the wiring under the hood.
Well, let's ask your next question, Eric, because we're going to get into this. This is critical. And everybody's going to get a copy of this at the convention that comes to the seminar.
Awesome.
Eric, I can send it to you, and I may have already. But anyway, what's your next question, Eric?
What is the biggest mistake that owners make before a show?
Okay, well, it's watching too much TV. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to kind of go through this, gentlemen, okay? Because this is where these awards came from, okay? So picking your parking spot, it's a big deal. You guys watching this, you know you've gone to one car show, you get this nice trophy, you go to the next, and you get nothing. I'm like, what's the deal? Have you ever gone to a framing shop? You take your favorite painting or picture, and they put these different mats and different frames around it. And every time they change the frame and the matting, it changes the photo. Every time you go to a car show, your parking spot is your matting and your frame. When I have my blue 67 Tyrol blue, I don't want to park next to a silver car. I don't want to park next to a green car. I try to park next to a yellow, a black, a red. I want a better frame. I'm looking at my parking spot. You know, is it all cracked? Did somebody have a radiator leak? Is it full of ashes and cigarette butts? I literally pick my parking spot, and here's a big key. This is hilarious. At a car show, local one, they hand out the ballots at noon, okay? The closer you can park to where they hand out the ballots, the easier it is to get voted for. When you've got 15 cars, you can't wait to get down to one or two. Yo, that's a nice car, they vote for me. Oh, that's a nice car, they vote for me. By the time they get to the back of the field, they only need one more. They might walk right past a car that's better than mine. So your parking spot, what color cars are by you, what's the backdrop? I've been placed where they have a dumpster behind me. Parking spot's a big deal. And then do you want the sunlight? Is your engine bay that good? You want the sunlight on it? Let the sun. Otherwise, get right across and get it to where you're in the shade. Your parking spot is a big deal. While we're talking about sun, the sun moves during a car show. I'm back to my car every 30 minutes looking under the hood to see what it's now showing you couldn't see before. I sweep my parking spot. Okay, here's a funny deal. I know what you're thinking. I'm out there ready to go cut the grass around my trim. Okay, I will tell you, when you're parked on grass, you cut right along the edge of the tire so you see nothing but black tire right down to the little snubbins, and then you look at the guy next to you. His car sucks. Your car is great. Okay.
I never, ever would have thought of cutting the
I
grass.
got so many of these things because I want you guys to do good at Pontiac with your Pontiac. It shows. Okay. Here's another.
I like this. Our listeners are going to have the leg up.
Oh, yeah, you guys aren't going to get to talk much. So here's another thing. In here is a little bit of lacquer thinner. One of my biggest keys, okay? Lacquer thinner, you know when you see those white walls or white raised letter and they turn brown and it looks sick, okay? This stuff, lacquer thinner, takes you right down to pure white, okay? So now you then blacken your tire, you whiten, and if you got red walls, this will make that red brighter than my shirt. It will make your red pop, okay? And then here's the deal. You look at the tire, it's got a nice black, got the reds looking red, the white looking white. The face of the tire is critical. Everybody leaves the face of the tire. And Eric, what color is the face of a black tire? What color is that? Is it gray or is it black?
I'm going to say black.
It's not. It's gray. It's kind of gray like Kurt's shirt. Okay? The tire is black. The letters are white. But the face of I call it brushing its teeth. You pick all the gravel out and you blacken the face. And then your wheel well has to be perfect. It has to be, I keep along a little semi-gloss black spray paint. Never get cheap paint. Always buy the good stuff. But anyway, that's all involved. And if you got a brake drum and you got wheels that show the brake drum needs to be painted black. Look good. Let's see. And sometimes I overinflate my tires. You know what radials look like? They look like they're half sick, like they're ready to go to the bathroom or something. They're flattened a little bit. Sometimes, if I'm really into it, I will put 45 pounds to make the car stand up. It just crisps everything. I've already cut all the grass around the tire. I've got the tire stiffened up. It's perfectly black, it just makes the car pop. Windows. Windows have to be perfectly clean. I mean, right to the edge. But here's what nobody does. You get your tire black. This is a nice one. Hot Shine tire coating. You spray it on your rag and you go around the rubber moldings around your glass openings. It will go from the color of your shirt, Kurt, to black, like kind of behind me here. You will see when your glass is clean and all those rubber moldings are black and your car goes kapow! It just sucks the breath right out of people. Yeah, everybody comes up and tells me how nice my paint is. Yada, yada, yada. I know what it really is. My parking spot is great. I've got the light on it where it's great. I've got my tires perfect on the front, the sides. I have my glass clean. I have the rubber moldings black. There is no, and I always keep a little toothbrush, you know, where the moldings that chrome around the wheel well and your paint comes down to it. I've got no collection of wax in there. All my lines are straight. And people walk up and say to me, "Oh, your paint's really beautiful." Well, I know what it really is. I've been busting my tail making everything else perfect, and that makes paint pop.
It's the elbow grease you put into it.
Yep.
Not watching TV.
Yep.
So
It's just a lot of hard work.
right, if owners could only focus on like one thing, they have a short time to repair, what would you want them to focus on?
I'm really glad you asked that, Eric. Number one thing on the car is the engine bay. I mean, come on. The cars are lined up. The engines are out front. The hoods are up. Everybody's walking. And I just love sitting back, watching them walk past car, and all of a sudden the whole family turns over and comes and looks at my car. Okay? And there's a lot of special things. Let me ask you, Kurt, when you walk up to an engine bay, are you hoping to see a pretty battery or some nice carburetors and valve covers? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the bling. I want the nice valve covers. I want the nice air cleaner, carburetor, ram air setup. I'm looking for the meat and potatoes here.
Nobody wants to see your battery. Take your Interstate Green battery and take it back. Even if you have a black battery, peel all the labels off. I don't want any eyes going to a stinking acid-filled battery. My battery is in the trunk. When you come up to my car, I have the car rewired, batteries in the trunk. When you come up, it's valve covers and tri-power. Okay? Engine, I'll be doing this out in Loveland. I'm going to paint my engine right in the parking lot. You take a little, big deal. There it is. Okay, we're going to zoom in on this. This is VHT engine paint. And on the back, it tells you the name. What's it say? Can you guys read it?
Hold it up a little higher. Titanium silver blue. Titanium silver blue.
Gentlemen,
Buy that paint dinner first.
I'm telling you. Carol, don't look. This paint, when it gets hot, what do paint colors do? They turn
Fade usually, yeah.
And they usually turn brown. This turns silver. Oh my gosh. Now I'm going to put fresh paint right in the parking lot. I'll be pulling the lid. I always take 2 brushes. One for doing really small little things. This one's for painting the engine. I just fill a bunch of paint in there. I'm telling you, in 10 minutes, you can paint that whole engine. Now, how's my engine going to look when it's freshly painted? Better than everybody else's. Hello, you start getting trophies. People start saying, yours is the best out of 500 cars because you do these things, okay? Anyway, that was a big tip on that paint. I love that stuff.
You can do your Bob Ross right in the parking lot.
Now, here's another thing. When you said Kurt, you said you like looking at valve covers, carburetor, yeah. You're not there to see yellow spark plug wires, dude. You're not there to see blue or red spark. Let them be black. Nobody cares about your plug wires. You ever see that kind of a stainless steel webbing they put over the hoses, radiator hoses?
Your braided lines, yeah.
Looking to look at your radiator hose. You don't want to see your radiator. You don't want to see your spark plug wires. Have you ever gone to an air show? Sorry, guys. This
is great.
Critical. This is what it takes to win these trophies. This trophy right here I won in September. Okay? 250 cars, Dixon, Iowa. 250 show cars. Right at the end of the season. All the big guys from town are there. The sponsor of the show is there he is. It's the body shop in that part of the state. He sponsored the whole show. A body shop guy went through 250 cars and said, that GTO is the best car here. Okay? So my engine bay is a big part of this. Have you ever watched the Blue Angels fly?
We have.
Okay. So do they crisscross all over the place, or do they go in beautiful unity?
Beautiful formation.
Okay, that is your plug wires. I want your plug wires laid out just like the Blue Angels are making a pass around the back of your carburetors. I don't want anything crisscrossing. Hide as many wires as you can. Tuck them behind things. Never let, like up in the front, from reading the temperature thing, all of my wires are like the Blue Angels flying. Nothing's crossing. They're all laid parallel. They're all tucked and hidden. All I want's valve covers, carburetors, and a beautiful block.
Hey, Eric, when we jump off here, I'm going to have to go delete some engine pictures off my Facebook profile before Randy sees it, okay? Remind me to do that.
Right. So, kind of off topic here. We were at a car show last season, Randy, and this guy had his hood down. And, we asked why his hood was down, and he goes, think about it. People are here to take pictures of the car, do you take pictures with your mouth open? We're like, no. He goes, so therefore I refuse to open my trunk and my hood because I don't want people to see that. In reality, it was probably dirty and he didn't clean it, but I always thought that was funny. You don't take pictures of your mouth open. So my next follow-up question with that, Randy, is have you ever walked up to a car and knew within 30 seconds the car wasn't going to score as well as the owner had hoped it would?
I always can tell in less than 30 seconds if the car is going to be. I mean, concourse judge, this is what I do, okay? It literally, you can tell. I've often said this. You can look in the engine bay and tell if it's going to be a first-class car. There's so much work involved. Okay. So, the answer is yes. You can usually tell in 10, 15 seconds if it's going to be a top-notch car or not.
All right. Speaking of fast, learning something fast, we have a brand new segment. You're the first one through. You're a guinea pig. It's called the Judge's Chamber. You've been summoned, Randy. Okay, it's a list of questions. They're rapid-fire questions. Not a whole lot of time to elaborate. Just quick questions, quick answers about those quick Pontiacs.
Have at me. I'm ready.
All right. So question number 1. What is your favorite detailing product?
Would have to be this lacquer thinner.
Okay.
Very few people know how to make those tires and wheels look great. The other one is, and we're going to do two, is killer chrome polish. I'm not kidding you. Throw away everything else you've got. You get this killer chrome product by, what is this? Surf City Garage. You can put it on your aluminum, on your chrome. Good deal. Keep going.
Love it. What is the most overrated detail product in your opinion?
Oh, I was ready for that. Anything that has to do with the interior. Forget your interior. It's dark in there. Outside is where the car is judged. Clean it up, wipe, get the dust off. But don't spend any time hardly at all in the interior. Have it and dust it off and such, but don't take time to take it everywhere else.
All right, your all-time favorite Pontiac color?
Well, my gosh, my first car in 1969. My dad, I said I saw a 67 Pontiac down at the dealership, and he warned me, he said, those are fast cars. He said, and this is quick, rapid. Turned out to be a Tyrol Blue 67 GTO, which is Code F, General Motors paint. It is identical to Marina Blue in Chevy. That's the same paint. That's it.
Okay. What is the hardest color to keep clean on show day?
Yeah, easy. Black's the toughest. It shows everything. Here's another key. Big deal, guys. You want to win points? Not only you're parking close by, cleaning thing up. Right when they pass out the ballots, you dust your whole car. I'm just everything fresh. So when they announce, come get the things, I'm not going to get my ballot. I'm dusting the engine bay, the wheel wells, the chrome on the Traegers, the whole car.
Love it. Are you a wax or ceramic coating guy?
Neither. This is going to really sound weird to everybody. I'm sorry. I don't care. And I never wax my car. I never washed my car. Marv Meinrich did my paint work. And when he gets done, he wet sands and he buffs. And this paint is shiny. Okay, I do put a little bit of, speed wax. And there's nothing magic about Lucas. It's fine as everybody else's. So I will spray and do a little bit of that. The paint's already golden. So it doesn't get out in the element to need ceramic. So I don't even wax my car in the winter. But
okay.
To make your paint look good is all these other things you do. That's what makes your paint look good.
When you're at the show, what's the most overlooked area of the GTO? As far as cleaning goes.
Well, it really is the engine bay. And I'd say those tires. The tires and wheels, for some reason, just mean everything. And the wheel well housing.
All right. Do you have a bucket list Pontiac that you would love to roll into your shop and you have your way with it for a few hours to get it looking clean?
So, unfortunately, it's the one that's already in the garage.
Okay. Well, that's a good answer.
First car was a 67 Tyrol Blue, black interior, 4-speed GTO 42, 242s VINCO. So I couldn't find it, but I got another one like it. So that's my favorite. But yeah, I'm a kid, bought a new car, or a used car, and that's what it was.
Awesome. Well, the gavel's dropped on this segment. You survived your trip to the judge's chamber. Thank you for playing along. And I'm going to pass it back over to Eric now.
What area cost car owners the most points when being judged?
What costs them the most points when
Yeah.
being judged? Ooh, judge. You know, and I'm a judge. We do undercarriages. We lose a lot of points there. You know what? In all honesty, guys, Eric, Kurt, when I go to a show, when I set up in Colorado, I don't know what it is, but the card doesn't pop until the last thing is done. I don't know what it is, guys, but until everything on this list is completed, the car's not going to pop. So I have 90% of it done in the garage before I leave. And then I get out there and I paint the engine and re-blacken. When you spark plug wires, you blacken from boot to boot. When you do, and on your carburetors, get a little bit of this lacquer cleaner, or this is pretty mild. Oh, good. Wax and grease remover. That does not get into the paint. Lacquer thinner can get into the paint if you don't get it all. It's just in this because it doesn't leak and the stuff doesn't need it. But carburetor, I don't want any brown leaking gas stains. I want that carburetor fresh. What was the question again?
I think you answered it, but it was what part of the car cost the people getting their car judged the most points?
Yeah, it can come
just
from
cleanliness overall.
We're judging every component,
Yeah.
so that's popular vote is different than judging. Judging, it's bumper to bumper.
So I know we kind of touched on it a little bit, but what areas are frequently overlooked?
The face of the tire, how your wires lay, that everything in the engine bay is boring except for the valve covers, carburetors, air cleaner, engine paint. Don't want to see goofy batteries or labels on the batteries. I already did that. But
Hey, Randy, this
yes.
isn't on my list here to ask you, but this just popped in my head, and I think the listeners may be interested to know. What's your biggest pet peeve when you're looking at someone's car?
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I've already mentioned it, so it's kind of ditto here. But when I walk up and see these colorful spark plug wires, and goofy chrome here and there, battery with this is the date it was bought, and this is the month it was bought, and you got some, oh my gosh, nobody's there to see any of that junk. They're there to see valve covers, carburetors, air cleaners, and a clean engine. Get everything else so it's boring. I will say this, I do my cross members for the radiator. I do that in gloss. I do my fender wells in semi-gloss, and I do my firewall in flat. That's just a preference for Randy Pribyl. But I think it adds character. Now, I'll tell you how serious I get. But when we judge, we're in there with flashlights. You know where the radiator drops in, and you got those two slots on each side, one slot on each side. I have got those goofy long brushes for cleaning out your refrigerator coils.
Yep.
Oh, it goes right down in. I'm cleaning all of those. Dust is your enemy. Rust, here's a cool story. A buddy of mine at church. He says, Randy, I don't get it. I never get any awards. And I forget his name. I'll call him Mitch. He had a 70 Duster, 340, and it was perfect with one exception. his exhaust manifolds were all solid rust. And I said, Mitch, I said, all the time and effort you put on this car, your exhaust manifolds are rust. I said, what's the number one enemy of these old cars? It's rust. I says, get some POR, paint over rust, manifold paint. He painted them the next day, went to a regional Mopar thing, hundreds of Mopar, and in his class, he won his first award, first place. No
Nice.
rust, no grease, no dust, a lot of hard work. And
No TV.
you too will have somebody like, well, not Jim Wangers himself anymore, but that's how you win awards. It's just a lot of hard work.
I love it.
So, what can listeners do this week to improve their score?
They can replay these podcasts, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when you're done, I forgot to start off with this. You go get pencil and paper, folks, and you start writing these things down. So I'm going to hit some really key points here. At a local show, park right by where the judging sheets are handed out. People don't know to do that. Clean the grass, nub off the grass around your tires. Blacken the rubber moldings around the opening of your windows. People don't do that. People don't do the front of the tire. When the sun moves, go back and see what you need and that it shows now. Figure out where you're going to park your car, whether you want the sun in the bay or want the sun out of the bay. Mirrors, guys, the underside of my car is as nice as the top. Here's the one thing. When that body shop owner came around last September, said mine was the best car out of 250 cars, he told his son, this guy's showing undercarriage. He's the only person I've seen get down. He said, and he looked at his son and said, this car is as nice underneath as it is on top. Nobody else was showing undercarriage. All right, so you don't get to watch TV for a month, but you'll get to and then
But you can watch the podcast.
Not TV in this case. And the interior, don't spend much time. You can't hardly see him. Yeah, whatever.
All right.
So, what separates a gold car from a silver award card?
Doing everything on this list. So I'm going to hold it up, whatever. I think I sent it to you, Eric, this list.
I know I have that article, which will be featured in the July 8 News Blast.
Yep.
Okay.
In that news blast, this list will be on there. You want to go from bronze or silver to gold, you have to do all these things.
Okay.
What's one thing you're willing to share tonight that your competition probably wishes you wouldn't share?
I had to think about that. Let's see. I think you have. Keep going till everything's done.
No shortcuts.
No shortcuts. And I've really been here to disappoint you tonight. I know that. Because I didn't make anything easy. But that's what it takes.
Randy, what do you find? Like, we've all seen the people, they pull their car in their parking spot, they lift the trunk up, and they start unloading all their supplies out of the trunk. Bucket after bucket after bucket of their detail and stuff. What are the necessities? What's in your show kit?
Yeah. Okay. And by the way, getting all these awards is not the most critical thing in life. I enjoy people. My wife wants help. You know what I'm doing? I'm going to help her. Sunday morning, I'm going to church. I mean, there are plenty of things more important. When I die, nobody's going to remember 50 years from now I even had a GTO. But what I do for the family, my wife, my church, I volunteer at nursing homes, those things are really more critical. But if you have time, This is what you do to win these awards. Not the most important thing. So there's things more important. In my kit, I have 3M, finesse it, polishing. You just all of a sudden you find a smudge. I want it to be bright. Got some Windex because I want those windows spotless. I have that. In this case, it's Lucas, but any brand, McGuire's, whatever, just spray and wipe. I have this Hot Shine. I really like the amount of gloss that I get out of McGuire's Hot Shine for tires. I have this grease and wax remover that is not aggressive to paint, so very user-friendly. As I told you earlier, I love having lacquer thinner. It's a little aggressive, so you can't leave it on, but makes those tires beautiful. And then this is a little bit of Code F paint. It says Marina Blue right on it, because Marina Blue and Tyrol Blue, and one of them, Buick or Oldsmobile, it's called Crystal Blue. It's all the same Code F in case I need to touch something up. Every time I wind up needing this pen, a permanent marker black, but somewhere in that inch bay, there's a little chip, and I put a little dot on it. I don't want to see chips. You're laughing at me. I'm noting that. What else have I got here? Semi-gloss black. This one actually says semi-flat, but that's for painting the wheel wells. If stuff's gotten up in there, I don't want anybody noticing, oh, look, his wheel well's dirty. Make it nice. Killer chrome. I always have some tape with me because when I put my badge up with my name on it, car number, I cut off and I get it nice and square. I don't have it all cattywampus. I want it flexible. Nice lint-free gloss. This is kind of fun. I don't like plaques out in front of a car. First of all, they can't get up to the fenders. Up to the front to look in, or it's by your neighbors blocking your neighbor's car. Big no. I just have a picture of me that my mom took in 1969 or 70. That's my first car. And then this is a picture. My mom took it 40 years later.
Same spot.
Same spot. You can see the trees 40 years older. My sister's in the doorway. I'm kind of holding my body the same way. And I said, this is my first car and this is my second GTO. And then I talk a little bit about the car. People always love reading this. Find something personal about your car and easy. And it's on the windshield. I'm not blocking anybody. Everybody always loves the original window sticker. My car was simple. 4-speed and a console and some gauges and a GT4. Yeah. So those things I have in my weapon case.
Okay. How do you handle bugs? If you drive your car to a show, how do you handle just getting those bugs off the car before you show it?
It's real easy. The biggest thing with bugs is when you get home from the show. While they're fresh, they clean up real easy. All bugs are removed from my car when I get home from a show. And obviously, if I get some on the way up there, they're still fresh. Fresh bugs are just gone.
Okay. We've all seen the cars with the swirl marks in the paint and the scratches. How do you detail a car and keep it looking clean as often as you do without introducing those scratches into the paint?
Yeah. I didn't bring it in. I do use a California duster. And I gently let it glide across, okay? I think, and I'm not sure on this, so I'm happy to tell you what I don't know. Ceramic coating might make that more durable. So you have to ask somebody other than me about that.
Okay.
But I never washed the car. Water gets into all these little cracks and crevices. But anyway, it never gets dirty.
Okay. All right. So pretend there's people out there listening right now, and they're headed to the GTO AA event, and it's tomorrow. They're ready to load up because they're leaving because the show's tomorrow. What should they do the night before they leave that's going to make their job easier once they get there?
go back over this podcast. Okay, think of all these things I said. 90% of this should be done before it's in the trailer. Come to my seminar at 3 o'clock on Thursday. We're going to take more time and detail on this, and then we're going to walk out to my car. You get to ask me questions. I will tell you the best that I know. You know, maybe somebody else loves yellow spark plug wires. Well, I've insulted him. So I'm saying the best that I can. But beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So I've done my best to tell you about this is only a small smattering. Maybe I've spent too much time at car shows. But I love the people. Here's the deal about this hobby. I've just noticed in life, anytime you get together with a group of people around a hobby that takes a lot of skill, always a cool bunch of people. Guys that fly remote airplanes, guys that do trains, ladies that knit, car show people, always a great bunch. So, man, who doesn't love getting to be in the car hobby? It's fun. Great
That's
people.
right.
So
Eric?
you've talked about your 67, Randy. What is your most memorable Pontiac that you've worked on?
Well, you know, I got to tell you, it's my son's. I have a 69. It was out in the state of Washington. Goofy little ad, but it was a real Liberty Blue convertible 69, hideaway headlights, Ram Air 3, 390 gear from the factory, blue interior. I can't even think of all the cool options. The options went on, and it's from the state of Washington. All the cars out or Oregon, somewhere right on the border. Oh my gosh, the metal, it's got all this. You look at this car. Anyway, so we kind of took it apart and fixed it up. And my son wanted a car, and I wanted more garage space. So, and he's bringing it to the convention. So, a really well documented, amazing 69 convertible GTL.
Awesome. What is the most challenging project you've worked on?
Probably the convertible back in 2007, the one best of show top of the road. My body guy said, Randy, this is a sow's ear. This thing has been rusted out everywhere. He said, and you want me to turn it into a silk purse? I said, kidding. Silk purse? And that's the award. That was the car that I got this picture with Jim Wangers. I mean, come on. And best of show. But anyway, it was a horrible mess. But my body guy fixed it.
What is the biggest detailing disaster that you've witnessed?
It's kind of not detailing in a way. It's parking lot. My buddy, who has a 1970 Challenger with a Hemi in it. It was some other model. But anyway, his car is one of my favorite in town. He's got the stance. All these things I'm talking about, he's done. And he pulled into a parking spot, and there was a smashed beer can. They had all the crack filler. The pavement was all a total mess. And I thought, what a shame to take this beautiful car. He didn't even pick up the crushed beer can. So that one sticks out.
Well, Randy, I've got a feeling I might know your answer to this, but I did have one final question here that we wanted to wrap up with. Okay? Let's say Eric has just spent several years, he restored his dream car, and he's ready to take it to its first show. And he says, Randy, I just need one piece of advice. What's the one thing I have to make sure that I do before I take this to its first show? What's the one thing he should choose?
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to say. What do you think I'm going to say?
Engine compartment.
Tires.
Turn off the television.
Get out
there and get to work.
Eric, turn off the TV and get to work.
I love the engine compartment. I love you guys. But in all honesty, in a way, I've disappointed everybody because I haven't made this easy on anyone. Making your car look its best is just a lot of hard work.
I thought we were just going to call Randy up and he was going to fly over and sprinkle some pixie dust on our cars and they were going to clean themselves and we were going to win trophies. I feel so misled.
Happened.
Oh, and anytime any of you see me anywhere, come get me. I mean, out in Colorado, I mean, we can go look at your car. I can point a few things out. And
well, unfortunately, no car for me in Colorado this year. We're flying out there, but no car because we're incorporating that into a family vacation, so we're flying out. But I will come find you at Loveland. Okay.
Let's look at pictures of your car.
Gonna have to Photoshop those, Eric.
That's what you don't want to do.
It has to be able to run for, pictures.
Yeah, I bet he'd push a car for me like you, Eric.
What I've done to get these awards, I also said it's not the most important thing in the world, but it is what I try to do hard.
Right. Eric and I, we've spent a lot of time on this podcast talking about the people. Like that's kind of, we were born into this hobby. The people and the cars keep us coming back to it. Because like you said, it's such a cool group of people when you get out there and start talking to them. But that being said, there's something about that trophy that is kind of just a nice reminder that we're just a little bit better than everybody else.
Well, and I really say all this not to beat the GTO park next to you, or not to beat the Pontiac at the Nationals or whatever next to you. But I want you to take out the Mustangs, the Camaros, the Chevelles, all the Tri-5. You should see the Tri-5 guys all cry when I get these best General Motors. It is awesome, and I want you to do that.
Just like at the drag strip, we're going to take them out in the show field.
Guys, you
Randy,
did a very nice job. I've really enjoyed working with you, Eric, and with you, Kurt. You guys have asked very good questions. You sent them to me in advance. I thought you did a very nice job. And I say that for the sake of the listeners, because this whole thing is to give our listeners a little edge up, if that's where you want it to go. I'm hoping there's some real nice nuggets in there for you.
I know I learned a lot, and I'm sure if anybody was paying half attention, they've also learned a lot, and we really appreciate you taking some time and jumping on and spreading those little nuggets for us to soak up. So, Eric, do you want to remind everybody, I know this might be the last podcast we do before we head for the convention, but go ahead and let people know right now, when is the convention? How can they register?
It is July 7th through the 11th. And you can just simply go to gtoaa.org and click on convention and then click on registration from there. And it's not too late. We'd love to have you there.
That's right. And Randy is going to be in Loveland. He's got a seminar. Give us, what day is that and time? Do you know yet?
Thursday, 3 o'clock. And
Thursday, 3 o'clock.
We are going to have his 69 and my 67 parked next to each other. Pull me aside. I'll spend a little time with you.
Awesome. Just a special thanks. We appreciate you being here and for all your enthusiasm. I mean, your love for the hobby just exudes through your commentary. So we enjoyed having you. So for everybody else, thanks for joining into the Pontiac Podcast. And until next time, let's keep this shiny side up and keep those Pontiacs rolling down the road.
Garage door shuts, engines rest. Next episode, man, it'll be the best.